Hello everyone, this is Bob and Threadbare, and welcome back to Thi4f.
And I'm Kalen Zombie.
I'm Random Ninja.
Hello there.
And
Here's
we
the
just
voice
got a
box.
voice box.
Your thief decided to pawn it before the watch hanged him for his trouble.
At least the backstabbing pig got what he deserved. Thanks for cleaning up his mess. With this voice box, my metal man's about ready to wake up.
He's got
It's only
one
a matter of
hand.
Time. My metal man's nearly complete.
It's nearly complete, even though he's in the
only piece
same
I'm missing
pieces
is
that he was
anything.
to begin with.
His heart, I guess you could.
I'm nearly complete, even though I have a hand, a voice box, a head, and a
Man who
torso.
goes by the name Clockwise.
The watchmaker.
No arms, no legs,
You've
no
heard of
feet.
But did you
But
know
we are about to get
Clockwise
the
went
CPU.
crazy? The mad fool designed the heart
Still
before his mind
really only
snapped.
half.
He's turned into a hermit and locked himself in his home. That's where you'll find my metal man's heart. Finally, someone who
This is just
recognizes
gonna
the importance
make
of my
the
work.
Robot
Crazy
flip people
Clockwise
off and
lives in
shout
Stonewall,
obscenities.
near Grand Mountain. You'll need
Then
to
he doesn't
break
need
in
much
if you're
more than
going
a
to
hand
find
and
my metal man's
voice.
heart.
The robot is the only one who says Taffer in this entire game.
No.
Not quite.
Once again, they went with the lazy option, and that torso on that head will always be in those positions.
Oh,
Wait, so hang on. There's a challenge mode to this game. Okay, why and how does it work?
Basically, the challenges you can get, you can just sort of add a timer, and then compare your stats to an online leaderboard.
Okay.
Oh,
Games don't need online leaderboards
no.
and should not have them.
Yep, well, Thi4 has an online leaderboard.
Well, and here's the thing. I like it when games give optional challenges. Like, I love doing the freaking challenge modes in Fable where you just...
Look at that. Look at the challenges.
Wow.
They're gone. Except for finding the loot.
Anyway, I like Fables where you can do an entire challenge in your underwear and you get extra money for it, but there's no online leaderboards because that sucks. I hate online leaderboards.
I didn't get to read that letter. I assume it's the guy making the robot complaining about something.
Yeah, Hector was shouting at Clockwise to get his Metal Man heart back to him, or he's going to send someone to steal it, which he has done. So,
Is that a stick of butter?
No, that's a bar of soap.
So, yeah.
No, there's the sink. Okay, so this is the loo, I guess. With a ring in it. No, it is. It is the bathroom. What do you know? A lot of soap in this bathroom.
Yep.
Someone just really likes being clean.
Garrett's hand is still bleeding.
Yep.
He's gonna get sepsis.
But I do want to say, though, that I actually like this mission because it is an actual change of pace. There are no enemies on this map.
Did the dude die?
We don't know. We haven't found him, but he certainly doesn't have any guards.
Dang. Even in fake Victorian steampunk setting, telescopes are still really expensive.
And what the hell is that?
Assume it's a secret door.
No, it doesn't. It's just more weird mirrors.
Oh.
Some unbreakable delayed sound phases.
Yeah, well... Like I said, the thing I was doing to make the sound better has only made it
Now, what do we have here?
better than it was. It doesn't get rid of the delay entirely.
I like that all the collectibles are sort of in missions one after the other. It is kind of nice. You have this empty case, and then suddenly it's full. Or, in our case, suddenly it's full. In other cases, you would collect it one per mission.
Yeah.
Can't steal that picture frame, I've noticed.
Okay, so basically to explain what's going on here. So the guy who lives here is known as Clockwise, and he is a watchmaker. And have either of you heard of a book called The House of Leaves?
No.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
It is essentially a mind screw of a book where these people come into this house, which is bigger on the inside, let's say. But then as you keep reading the book, you realize that the mind screw is the fact that they are in the book, because they have to slip in between like a small, thin passageway in order to get into this vast area, which only exists once they start describing it.
That sounds neat.
That does sound neat. Kind of probably going to read it, actually.
Yeah. Well, this house is not quite so mind screwy as House of Leaves, but there's definitely a certain element of space and time being a little more malleable here than normal.
So basically, we walked into the TARDIS.
Well, not quite.
So is this another reference to the Keepers, all those symbols?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. I just like to be kept abreast of things that I should know, but don't because I've never seen the other ones.
Yeah.
But really the influence of House of Leaves isn't in the room itself so much as these documents which Clockwise has left behind. Because he's kind of going insane looking into the empty spaces between moments in time.
And that's because of those symbols that the Keepers left behind?
Kind of, yeah.
So, Keeper magic, which is supposed to not exist anymore. If I had to guess.
But, no, actually, it turns out
Trick walls. Someone doesn't want visitors.
Bum.
this is a puzzle level.
Okay.
Ooh. Puzzle levels are good.
Unfortunately, the first puzzle here is actually pretty simple. All you really need to do to access all of the rooms is press all of the buttons in the order that you find them.
Now, is there, like, an online repository of those notes anywhere? Because I might actually want to read them in terms of this level.
Well, you are aware that I've been transcribing these things for the thread, right?
No.
Well, you are now.
I saw those links, but I've never clicked on them. I just assumed they were... I don't know. I didn't really think about it.
Well, if you want to read them, then wait until this mission comes up, and you'll have your chance.
Gonna do that. Hey, Kalon, you should spooky scary skeletons this video, too.
Nah.
No.
Really aren't any skeletons.
Spooky scary gears. Put happy faces on all the big gears.
He's not playing with precious metal knights.
How come we don't see any of those symbols that drove him insane?
Well, apparently he didn't draw it up here in his main house, even though he made trick walls with everything. Also, they keep talking about this engineer. Apparently the engineer is the guy who created that automaton army for the Baron.
Even though the Baron pulled funding for the automaton project on these guys.
Yes. And the engineer's kind of a dick.
No kidding.
As one would expect.
That's a tiny table. Okay, why is the word heartbeat in there all spaced out?
Because he's going insane. And it's kind of referencing the House of Leaves, where...
Gotcha.
Yeah, you have to read it in print, because there's no way to convey what it's doing in on an electronic format.
But you know somebody's going to try. Somebody one day will make a freaking movie about that thing, and it'll be awful.
Well, I think he means like a book. Like even an ebook wouldn't do justice.
Right.
If I understand your meaning.
Oh, okay.
Ebooks auto-format themselves. You can't get away with that with House of Leaves, because some pages are just like 2 words, spaced out very specifically on the page.
I'm sure they could probably do something.
Not bad, Clockwise, but you'll need more than a maze to keep me out.
Well, it's got to be a PDF at the very least, rather than an ebook format.
Yeah.
But anyway, looks like I finished up with this floor.
And he's got an elevator, because he's a crazy person.
He's a steampunk crazy person.
Instant crazy, just at steampunk. Can you also go into focus mode to lockpick the doors, or is that
Yes.
just treasure chests?
Any lock. Any lock.
Any lock. Okay, so those symbols are the keeper symbols he's seeing?
Yeah, something like that. Well,
Something like
you'll understand.
Okay. There's gonna be a lot of notes to transcribe.
I'm
It's a
guessing
very
more
note
time
heavy
in
side
this
mission.
place than I expected.
Ha ha ha, reference to time.
And you know what this is? This is a real puzzle. Because what you must do here is, every one of these little segments, you press it in or you pull it out, it always moves the two adjacent pieces. And now that I think about it, no wait, that wouldn't have worked. But I spend quite a bit of time futzing around with this thing. That's how I know it's a real puzzle. Because I actually had to spend time thinking about how to do it.
Heaven forbid you actually think in this game.
Yeah, well, I suppose they could afford to make somebody think, because they this is an optional side mission thing. Even though you're basically trapped at this point into doing this or resetting.
Just goes on, doesn't it?
I cut out a couple of minutes, but
Ta-da!
Hooray!
I persevered.
Is there also a sliding tile puzzle? Or a Tower of Hanoi?
No,
An
God
underground
damn.
workshop.
but there is one more puzzle.
What do you want to, Clyde?
It can't be Tower of Hanoi because it's not a BioWare game.
Hey, it could be a reference. Could have stolen it from BioWare. For the amount of developers they had, also Keeper Dungeons. For the amount of developers they had, someone could have been a jilted ex-BioWare employee, putting on Tower of Hanoi puzzles everywhere.
Looks like I started something here.
Oh,
This is where those symbols come into play.
Oh.
You need to get across here safely. Now obviously something very bad is going to happen if I can't do so. So, let's take a look at the Project Pendulum things here. They each have these little symbols. You got the double sickle, the surprised angry face, the candelabra, the IE, and whatever that is.
remember, Bobbin, Jehovah starts with a Y.
Well, there's surprised face, but it's not adjacent to any of the other symbols. But on the other hand, on the other side, looks like there's the candelabra, and there are pages missing from the Project Pendulum thing. So it's a matter of taking straight lines to the symbols you recognize, and then just going from there. Success.
Indeed. Now,
And that's clockwise.
he's dead.
Yes. He went insane, he got trapped down here, and now he's dead.
And there was a candle in front of those mirrors. He probably said Beetlejuice or Bloody Mary.
Automatons.
Well, it's not a
Fine piece.
It's not a candle, it's the heart piece. For some reason he put it
Weird place to put it.
in that oddly placed display case. Now we can get out of here. But yeah, like I said, I enjoy this mission because it is, for once, a very nice change in pace.
It's slower and less chaotic, which is a good thing. It's also a nice set piece. Good sound. No subtitles where they don't belong.
Short enough.
Short enough.
Yeah.
Lots of gold.
It once again doubled for getting all the loot items. Although there is a little coda here. Since, of course, we can always go back to Ector and get him the last piece that he's missing. Even though we do get paid at the end of the mission, so he doesn't pay us when we show up.
You're back. I guess I can spare a minute.
Here's the heart.
This is it. The moment we've been waiting for. The moment this.
Wanna read that line again,
finally
Garrett?
respect I deserve.
Here's the heart.
Thank you, Master Thief. The automaton is working at last.
I can really tell, yeah.
Are you sure?
Is it?
That is definitely working.
Why is that thing glowing and why can't you steal it? Or why haven't you done so already?
It's part of the bait and switches.
Thank you, Master Thief. The automaton is working at last.
Whatever you say, bud.